Morning. I'm gonna get me some bagels from the bagel place, so enjoy the view of the oven. While I'm gone to the bagel place. Oven's at 385. And I'm gonna add honey to my water. It's almost boiling. Maybe another 5 minutes. Bee made Manitoba. It's made in, it's produced in Manitoba. Liquid honey. We use about 3/4 of a liter. These are brand new clean gloves, so there we go, there's our honey. That's the honey in the water. Hello. Oh, hey, Tiffany, hey. Almost ready to start baking. It's good. I'm working lots. Right. I'm Van Eastburg. So yeah, I don't think I'll be baking on the North Shore very much. That's where I was most of the time, the North Shore. Vancouver. Or Vancouver, I should say. I know. We'll see about that. I'm not sure. I'm taking some. I've been taking a course. TEFL English is a foreign language. And yeah, so I'm thinking about going back to that kind of stuff. I might start a business. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I think we're ready to pick. We're just up. So I'd see the graph here. Artice? Okay, let's get going. My trusty old rubber pad. Use that one. Okay, I got my first pack. Got my truck scraper, clean cloth. So I'm gonna stay for a very long hour. In towns in Brunswick, by fate Hanover City, the river western and wide was its wall on the northern side, a pleasanter spot never spied. But when begins Gitty, almost 500 years ago, to see the folk suffer so from vermin pity. Rats, they fought the dogs and killed the cats and bit the babies in cradles, and ate Jesus from the vat, take the soup from the cooked ladles, soap in the kegs and sprats, messed in the men's sundats, and even boiled the women's cheeks by drowning and speaking, wishing and squeaking in different sharp slats. At last, the people body to the town came flocking. 'Tis clear cut, our is naughty, as for our corporation. Shocking to think we buy gowned with ermine, dolts who can't determine what's the riddance of our vision. You hope as your old little to find in civic robes ease, rouse up Give your brains a racking, find the remedy we're lacking, or fate will send you hacking. As the American corporation with a mighty constitution. An hour they sat council. At length there broke silence. For a gilder eye ermine gowns. I wish I were a while hence. To bid one run's brain. My poor head aches again. I scratch it so all in vain. Oh, for a trap. Just as he said it should have at the door, but a gentle tap. Bless us, prayer. What's that? The corporation is sad, looking through wondrous fat. Nor brighter his eyes, nor moist than a too long of oyster. Gave one at noon his true muteness, or a plate of turtle glutinous. Only a scrape of shoes on a mat. Anything like the sound of that makes my heart hit a pat. Come in, the mayor looking big, and then did come in his finger. His long queer coat filled the head, what yellow and half, and he himself was tall and thin, sharp blue eyes like a pin, loose hair and swarth skin, nor tufter on cheek nor beard chin, but lip smile went out and in. There was no guessing or kin, and he could enough admire this tall man's quaint attire. Hope one, as my great grandmother, starting up trump of doom's had walked from his painted tomb. He advanced toward the council table. Please, your honor, said he, am able, by the secret charm to all the creatures beneath the sun, crawl or swim or fly after me as you never saw. I chiefly use my charm on creatures that do harm, the mole toad and newt and bird, and people call the Pied Piper. And here they notice round his neck a scarf and yellow stripe, patch with his coat is in check, and at his end hung a pipe. And his fingers they noticed were straying, as patient to be playing upon this pipe, as low and dangled over his mesh old fangled. Yes, said he, Pied Piper as him, in Target read the camp. Last June we swarms I eat Asian denies that of a monster with vampire back. And as for white rain bewilders, if I rid your town rats, will you gain 1,000ers? 50,000 was the exclamation of an astonished corporation. In the street the piper stepped, smiling first a little while, as if he knew what he slept in his pipe the while. The musical adept, his pipe, his lips sealed, and green and sharp eyes twinkled, like a candle where salt is sprinkled. And ere 3 notes the pipe uttered, he heard as if an army, and a muttering of grumbling, and it grew to a mighty rum. And out of the houses rats tumbling, great rats, small rats, lean rats, brawny, brown rats, gray rats, grave waters, gay youngsters, fathers, uncles, cousins, cocking tails and whiskers, things by tens and dozens, brothers, sisters, husbands, wives, all the Pied Piper's lives, from streety piped advanced, and step for step low dancing, they came to the river, wherein all had perished, save one who stout Julius Caesar, swam across the cherry, as he the script he cherished, 2 rat land commentary, which was, after all notes of the I heard a sound of scraping tripe, and apples wondrous, into the side of grape, the moving pickled up boards, leaving a jar of pond cupboards, a jar corpse of trinos, a breaking hoop of casts, and set a voice sweeter for my heart, for I saw free, called old rats with joy. The world is grown vast for I salt. So munch on, take your gun, breakfast, supper, lunch on, and just malty sugar punch, already safe, like a grill Sean. Just scarce an inch from me, just as me thought said come bore me, found the Wester rolling me. You heard the Hamlin people ring the bells, rock the steeple. Go, cried the mayor, get pulls, poke ass and block up the hole. Consult with carpet builders, and leave town not even a trail of rats. When up the face of the paper of the marketplace. First, if you please, my 1,000 guilds, 1,000 guilders, the mayor blues, so does Mauritian too. Counts of it made graphic, with clearly will sell, then they off, and how many would replenish, sell as big as butterfish, to pay up to a wondering low, the gypsy red and yellow. Besides, quoth the mayor, wink, our done at the river's break, we saw with their eyes and sing, what can't come to life like. So friend, we're folks to shrink, duty of giving you some drink, and a money to put in your coat. But as for the guild what we spoke, as you well know, what joke. These are losses of made us see, 1,000 years come, take me. The piper's face cried, no fling, I can't believe I promise it by dinner time, Dad. Except prime the head cook's lodge, all rich and proud to the Cato's kitchen. Of a nest who gives no survivor. With him I prove bargain driver. With you don't think me to stiver. Folks who put me in a pin may find me after another fact. Cried the mayor, distinct brook, being waited then a cook, salted by a ride, with idle pipe vesture tribal, threaten us, do your word, blow your pipe there, you burst. Before he stepped into his lips again his long pipe with smooth cane, and there were 3 notes, sweet soft notes, and musicians cutting never the enraptured air. There was a rustling that seemed like whistling, of merry justling and pitching, small feet pattering, wooden clattering, little hands clapping, tongues chattering, foals in the farm barley is scattering. Out came the children, all the little girls, with wee cheeks and flat curls, and sparkly eyes and pearls, tripping around merrily after. The wonderful music, shouting and laughter. Oh. The mare was dumb and they stood, as if injured the blocks of wood, unable to move a step by, till the children skipping by could only follow with an that joyous crowd piper's back, and how the mare would rack, and the council's bosoms beat, as the pipe returned from the street, to where the rolled its waters, right in the way of their son daughters. He turned from south to west, and to Copperberg Hips addressed, and him the children pressed. Great was the joy and rest. He never mighty top, he's let the piping drop, we shall see our children up. When lo reached the mountainside, wondrous portal opened, as if heaven was suddenly hollow. The piper advanced and even followed. The mare entered very last. The door of the mountain stuck fast. They all know what was lame and could not hold the way. And after years, he blamed his sadness, he used to say, all in our towns of inmates left. I get that I'm bereft of all the pleasant sights I see, which the also promised me. Before he let us, he said, joyous land, to a town and jested, where waters and fruit trees grew, flowers before the you, and everything was new. Just the fire and the peacock, and their dogs are well, oh dear, and these had lost their sting. And horses were born with those wings, and just became assured, the lame folk be speedily. The music stood, and I stood still, found myself outside, left behind my will, now limping as before, and never hear of that more. Alas, alas for him, there came into Burger's pate, and success of heaven opes the rich at any rate, as his eye takes the camel. The mare sent east, north, and south, off the pipe word of mouth, where his men's locked silver and gold hearts and tent. Slave returned the way, bring the children behind him. The socks was lost, the piper danced on forever. He did decree his lawyer, think the red dated Dewey, on the day of the month, these words must well appear. And so long after one year, on the 20th of July, 1876, with better memories, the place of last retreat, called it the Pied Pipers, where anyone played for Tabor, for his future labor. There were several hospitals in the cavern. The shop was worth so solemn. It was the place of the cavern. They wrote the story on them, and on great window painted, to make the world acquaint how their children stolen away. It stands this very. And I must admit to say, Transylvania bears a vibe of alien who ascribe in dress, of which neighbors lay such stress, to their fathers having risen out of subterranean prison, into which they were and a long time a mighty band, both Hamlin town and the clan, but why they go to land. Lily, let me you be wiper of scores out with men, especially pipers, and if they should be free from rats, if we promise, let us keep our promise. The Pied Hamlin by Robert, as you would all know, probably see recite home many times. If you watch the show, thank you. Watch the stream. It's our show, I guess. So we have a batch of semi in the oven. First time. Sorry, I missed a comment above that one. What first time? Wait. Hear this clicking noise out of the store, and I think it's coming in, but it's not. So we got sesame bed in the oven, and do a batch of them next. Oh, hey, welcome to the. Thank you for watching. I write poetry and I bake bagels. My job is bagels, though. My job isn't to recite poetry. So my mission is focused on bagels. Yes, he's my favorite as well. I had a poppy today, and I sort of regret. I don't know. I wanted to send you. In actuality, I convinced myself to eat a poppy seed. Yes, sesame is white versus black. White versus black. I don't know. I think I have a preference for one of the either of those though. I guess I would be more on the black side. Sorry for the jiggling of the table. Actually get like a separate tripod iPhone. So it's last. Maybe it has a cinematic effect. Cinematic effect. Gonna give my white. I just rearranged those to the center of the oven so they bake even. Here's our everything seed. Everything mixed. It's a mix of seed, salt, cinnamon. What in there? Minced dried garlic, dried onion, dried mint, I guess I should say. I'm going to cite another poem. This was another long one. I only have 2 long ones. I'm working on more poems. Currently I have 2 long poems in repertoire. And they both happen to be Robert Browning poems. Let me take this back here. My first thought was lied in every word. That hoary, crooked, malicious eye, askance the one working up his law mind, and scarce able to avert suppressionly the purse scored its edge and more victim thereby. How should he beset his staff, waved waylay with his and snare, travelers who might find posted there. Passed the road, guessed what skull laugh would break, Rutchkin right my ass, for passing in the dusty there. If counsel I should turn us into ominous, which all agree is the dark tower, and acquiescingly I turn is appointed. Neither pride nor hoping at the end is so much as glass some end might be. For what my whole world like wondering, my search drawn out years, my whole dwindled into a goat fit to cope with the treacherous joys it would bring. I tried now to bring my heart made failure in its. As man very near seems dead indeed, and feels begin the tears, and farewell of each, and here's one the other go, a breath, free outside. All is over, he said, and the blow fall, no grieving can amend. While some resteth near other graves, but not for this. And a day suits best bring the corpse away, care about banners and staves. Still the man hears and only craves, may not shame such love and stay. Thus I have so long suffered in this, heard failure beside so often, so many times the band to win. Nights you too dark down to rest of their step. The just fail to sing best. The doubt was now shifted. So quiet as I turn from it, crippled, up my way into the pointed, all these being a dreary and best, and was settling into those. They've shot room for a mirror to play catch. Totally lost my train of thought. The joy of waking up early in the morning. I had caffeine. I think I'm gonna get something here. I might have took home later. Just gonna get something to drink. So we got 2 bats on the go in the oven. One in hot. The bagels are looking really puffy. Our oven is 391. Sorry I'm eating so much this morning. Quite used to this routine yet, or I have developed a routine. I have adapted to the routine. The drink I chose is gross. It's like a yerba mate carbonated beverage. It's a little bitter. I'm just hoping it has a good leave caffeine in it. I've drinking one every for the last few mornings, and I thought my body's starting to reject the fruit, so I'm gonna stop drinking them. It's my last one. Well, let's get that home a shot again. This is Browning's child roll into a dark game. Someone just run. Just give me a minute. My first thought he lied and everything. That hoary, criminal, malicious eye. Askins to watch of his lie on and mouth scared to afford. Impression of the glee. The person scored at one more big game thereby. What else should set for with his staff? What saved away his lies and snare? All travelers might be posted there. And asked the road. I guess what's gonna laugh would break. Correcting right my half. For paddle in the dusty thoroughfare. If that is counsel, turn aside and walk track, Joel hides the darker. Yet accurately undeterred as he did, neither print hope rekindling and describe, such as gladness of my be. For what with my whole wide wondering, what with my search out through years, hope dwindled into a not fit to cope with Skepper's joys for bring. I tried now rebuking my heart made failure in its scope. I ask man very near, seems dead indeed, and feels beginning tears, and take farewell of each friend. And here's one bidder go, draweth freely aside, since all over he saith, low fallen, no grief and amend. While some discuss other graves reroom at this, and when it suits best to carry books away, with your banners, scarves, staves, then still here's all, only craves who may not leave such tender love age. Thus I have for so long in this quest, failure prophesied to be writ, sometimes among the bed, the knights who to power search and rest at, but just as they seem best, and all doubt was that should I be fit, so quiet as to turn from him, hateful cripple, into the highways is, oh my god, I can't, the hateful cripple into the, losing it, this thing is just too distracting. Stir the pot. Some mornings I just help us multitask. Can't think and bake in time. Alright, I can't think, bake, and poetry at the same time. We got two batches in the oven, one in the which I need to attend immediately. Do some seed. The poppy seed. Black seed, some say. Some call it. No, yes. Oh, I'm determining this poem. I do these poems in the morning, mental exercise to like get my brain work. So I try to give them without making mistakes or having hesitation in presentation. In this thing I've not been successful. I recited the pipe Hamlin. I got to relatively unaided. Just, I'm sort of reefing the bagels, if you're wondering what I'm here. They're on our, we call these, I know in Montreal they call kibas. But yeah, I've revised both the poems. And that makes it challenging. I've memorized them. There we go, we got 3 in the oven. I put another batch in. Batch ready to kick. First thought was one every word. That horrible with malicious Askins is working up his long mind, and Mother is able to afford suppression of the purse toward its edge at one victim gained there. Oh, why did he be settled with that? But safely with his lies, and all travelers who might have posted there. Past the road, Westwood skull like a break. I can write my epitaph for pastime like a thoroughfare. If at his couch turn aside into Thomas' track which hides the dark town. The acquiescent turn as he points, neither pride nor kingdom at the end pride, so much as some end might be. For what the world wide, what search drawn out to you? My hope to win to a ghost, I'll pick up with them to separate successive bring. Hardly tried now to spring, my heart making failure in its. As a man very near to these dead indeed, the fields beginning in tears, and takes the well of each friend. Here's one bid thee, oh, draw freely out, since all is over, saith, and the blow for no grieving can amend. While some must near the grave enough for this, the day suits best for the corpse away. Care about bandages and stains. Still the man here's only craves, not shame such tender love and stay. Thus I have suffered in this. Her failure prompts a walk of being writ. So many times among men to wit, the true dark countless rest their steps. Just to fail in basis, in all doubt how should I be fit. So quiet and fair I turned from him. That hateful cripple, this highway into the pointed. All they being a dreary best. and dim meddling into its clothes. It shot one red leered seeming catches just 4 months. No sooner was there we found a plane after facing and pausing over the last view. The safe road was great plane on, nothing but the horizon. I must go on, not else for me to do. So I went, I think I never starved to go to live. Nothing for flowers like to see her grow, chortle and spur according to their law. My propagator was done to all. You think a burr and treasure trove. Henry and Hurton is amazed in some sort where the land and see your eyes said dangerously. It not gill, I can't encase. His lodgement's fire must cure place. Calcite clods and set my prison free. First any ragged this walk above its mates was chopped. This were jealous elves. Made holes in the rent dog's harsh scream. Bruised the walk, all hopefulness. 'Tis a brood walk, past life out with a brood sense. And the grass it grew as his hair and left thin dry blood, pricked the blood which uncook needed up with one stiffening horse as every stare, stupefied however he cared, thrust out purpose in the devil's view. If he might be dead for I know, with raunted callop rain, and shut beneath the rusty mane. Seldom went such pestilence with such I never saw I hated so, must have been wicked in such pain. I shut my eyes and on my heart, man calls for wine fights. I asked draft of earlier her sight, their feet could hope to play the part. Think first, fight afterwards, the soldiers, one taste of wine sets all to right. No, I fancied Cuthbert in fate beneath its sure curly cold. Dear fellow, till I was told, arm in mind to fix that place. See you, so loud night's disgrace. Oh, at my heart's fever left it cold. Giles, the soul of honor, he stands. 'Tis 10 years ago at first. No man should dare, he said he's good, but the ships fall in his hand. His breath of parchment. His only band, poor traitors upon me curse. Better this present pass like that, therefore to my dark path. No sound as far as the eye can stray. Will the night send a bad, I asked. But something on the dim flat came to wreck thoughts and changed name. As the river crossed my, as unexpected serpent came, lights congenial to them. This is it fly, might have been after the theme's glow, to see the rapids black days back and petty yet so spiteful along, low scrubbers kneeled over it. Drenched willows flung headlong in a throughout despair, suicidal throng.